Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the East Carolina Jville State Dynasty as we get season two underway. As Jackson State will be taking on UAB in the opening game. As you see the kickoff there, and this offense is led by Trace Campbell, UAB, I should say. Trace Campbell, a very tall quarterback. And we are still led by our potential star, Zion Turner. So we'll see what Campbell can do here as he leads this UAB offense out. Brings a guy in motion. And he's going to hand it off on the jet sweep. And that is gobbled up quickly. Reginald Hughes getting in there for the stop. That looks like that was Lee Beebe Jr., who's a talented open field runner, but we didn't allow anything there as Campbell this time comes out with 5 wide, and he's switching some things up. Campbell with time in the pocket's going to deliver, and he has his man, and that will be a first down, and UAB runs a hurry-up attack here, something that always drives me crazy. This time in a pistol look with a receiver in the backfield. He's going to hand it off, tries to put on a move, but that's stuffed for a 2-yard loss with the defense holding stout here early on. Here we go. Still in the hurry up. Campbell sending his guy in motion. Dropping back, going to deliver it quickly to his tight end, but that's eaten up quickly, and that's going to put them in a 3rd and 9 situation. Campbell getting them back to the line in a turbo here. He's going to have 2 receivers and a tight end to his right, 1 receiver to the left, running back offset to his left. He's going to hand it off on the draw. That goes nowhere. What an open field stop by this Jackson State defense, or Jville State. Sheesh. I still kind of get that wrong. I record these early in the morning a lot, or after I just wake up, so forgive me. We are going to go back to receive the punt, and that is Michael Petway, who's going to field that, and he's going to have a little bit of space. Can't quite get the corner. And by the way, one thing that I missed in the offseason last season is Michael Petway actually won returner specialist or return specialist of the year. And that was one thing that I didn't get in that offseason vid. And also, I think I said that Jacksonville State didn't play in a bowl game, but we actually did get a bowl bid. Despite only having 6 wins, we played Cal, and we would end up losing that. For some reason, the Pirates didn't get a bowl bid despite winning 7 games, but we did here at Jville State, but we were unable to come away victorious. Now, back to the action here as we're moving the ball here, 3rd and 5. Duos to the right. Turner looking for a man. He finds Paul. He doesn't get the first down, but that puts us in the 4th and 1. Now coming out in the split T, we're going to hand it off to our fullback, and he's going to plow forward for a first down as we do have a more traditional fullback that we're utilizing right now. Barrick had been our fullback in that first season, who's actually a tight end. We moved him back to his normal spot, but I believe Everett Polk is the starter there right now. So we'll kind of see how that goes. As we fake it in, Turner keeps it. He's going to pick up a yard. As traditionally, I do use traditional fullbacks, but usually only when they're blocking. I typically like to throw, as we hand it off here, and that's a nice little carry there. And I have to get my fullback's name. I'm not sure what his name is right now. I think he's a true freshman, though. I think I had gotten 2 true freshmen, and I chose one over the other just because he was a little bit more athletic. But a lot of times I like to put a running back there because we run so much triple option. You like to have athletes in that spot. Here we go. Turner with the keeper picking up the first down easily as the Gamecocks continue to move downfield early on in this game with ease. This time we're coming out in a wishbone formation here. Turner going to keep it on the speed option. He's going to try and pitch it, and that flies out of bounds. And that's the risky run here when you try and pitch it late. For some reason on this game, I never had that problem on NCAA 14. But on this game, a lot of times when you try to pitch it late, the ball flies out of control or it glitches to where you can't pitch it at all. We get the pitch off this time, and we have Justice Savage, who's going to pick up a solid gain, more than solid gain. And Justice Savage, we're looking for him to supplant Anwar Lewis as our speedster here, and he's showing early on his capabilities. He's going to take a seat for now. Actually, he doesn't take a seat, but he doesn't get the ball on there. We hand it off to our fullback, and he plows ahead for 5 yards, showing early on that we may have something there. Savage did take a seat. But now we have Paul and Savage in the split back look. We're going to hand it off to Paul, and he's going to easily pick up the first down. Again, Paul returning from last season, looking to expand his role in this offense a little bit as more of the primary ball carrier, in this offense. But this offense is more of a read and react offense. So, the primary ball carrier could kind of be anybody depending on what the defense is doing. That time we get stuffed for a 3-yard loss. Now coming out in a duo's right, twins to the right look. Turner's going to try and keep it on the option. Probably would have been better off handing it off to Paul. But that is a loss of 1, and Turner is kind of slow getting up, as you see there. This time duos to the right, twins to the left. Turner dropping back. He's going to deliver, and he's going to have Lacey across the middle, and that's going to put us in a 4th and 6 situation. And the Gamecocks are going to go ahead and try the field goal here. And that kick is put in with ease, and we will go up 3-0, getting a good start here early on in this game as we come out back on defense to face Campbell and his offense. Going to try and hand it off, but that's stuffed as this defensive line shows that they've come ready to play so far in this game. Still running a turbo offense is the UAB offense here. Campbell making some adjustments. He has trios to the left. He's going to hand it off. There's a little bit of room there, but not much. 3rd and 9 as we get that stop pretty quickly here. We'll see if we can get this 3rd down stop. Campbell dropping back, looking for somebody. He does have time. He has a man, but it looks like that right foot came out of bounds before he could get the left foot in, and the UAB Blazers will be forced to punt. By the way, UAB is another team that I did look into playing a dynasty with. I really like them. I like their uniforms. As we see Pat way back with a quick jab step, getting a little bit of yards here. And, I was around when their program actually was disbanded, and to see them be able to come back better than ever is great. But we got to win this year. Split back look. Paul. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to muscle his way forward for a 5-yard gain. And we are looking forward to seeing what this Gamecock offense can do this year. 2nd year in this system for a lot of these players. As there's the glitch I was talking about. I wanted to pitch it, but it wasn't allowed, and we get stuffed for a loss. But we're excited to see where this offense can go this year with so many playmakers. Zion Turner dropping back. He's going to fire it, and that's Petway, who's now in that second receiver role as opposed to the slot receiver role that we seen him in last year. Here we go. Turner handing it off to Paul. Paul has space, delivers a vicious stiff arm, and he picks up a gain of 7. Now, back in the wishbone, we're going to hand it off to the fullback. He loses a yard, but that's okay. Puts us in a manageable 3rd and 4. We're going to bring Petway in motion. Turner drops back, delivers to a wide-open Lacey, gets a solid block, and that is a score for this Gamecock offense. We are running crossing routes there on a mesh type of look. We have plenty of time for Turner. Lacey is going to scoop that one up across the middle, and he just picks up an excellent block right there by Justice Savage. And that just springs him free. He's able to just outrun the defender and get in the end zone. DeMarcus Lacey is another one of those aforementioned playmakers. You think we just have playmakers in the backfield, but no, we have Lacey and Petway at the wide receiver spot, Polk at the tight end. There's a lot going on there as Campbell tries to hand it off, and our defense continues to hold stout. We were a little bit worried about it because we did lose a good handful of defensive starters from last season. But so far, so good for this defense. 3rd and 6, Campbell coming out in the pistol here as they continue to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. He's making some adjustments. Campbell drops back. He doesn't have much time. He's hit. That's intercepted off of the deflection. The defensive lineman is able to intercept that off the deflection. To be honest, that's something that happens to me often, as the computer does that to me quite a bit. But for it to happen in the complete reverse way is actually exhilarating. That's Zaire Patterson, who's able to get the interception off of that, I guess you could say, tip. And I thought he was going to take it in. He didn't. I would have loved to see a big man touchdown right there, but that is a tremendous defensive play as we take over 1st and goal, split back look. Zion Turner fakes it to Paul. He's going to roll out. Looks like he's going to keep it, and he's going to step in easily for 6. And that is a swing of 6 points very quickly for this Gamecock team. Nice. The defense and the offense are coming together. I do want to see Zion Turner be able to have a lot more rushing yards in this offense this season, as it is designed for the quarterback to be able to keep it and pick up yards. But one thing that I noticed last season is that I think we ended with either negative yardage by our quarterback or very little yardage. So, we're looking to get those yards here. So we kick it off here, a little bit of space for the returner, but he does only get it to the 17. 17-0 game here for Jville State, in favor of Jville State, as we'll see if this defense can come out and get another stop. Campbell bringing a guy in motion. Man-to-man coverage for the defense. Going to hand it off. Not much there as he's undercut, and that brings up a 2nd and 5. Solid gain. I think that's maybe the best gain that the Blazers have had so far as they try and keep it on the ground again. And there's a lot of room there, and this is the best gain that they've had, and it looks like this is going to go for 6. Touchdown, UAB. And our defense could not get a stop there. 17-7 game as we hand it off to Paul. Paul has room. Paul sheds a tackle. Paul picks up a solid gain of about 13 yards there. This time, flex bone look. We're going to fake it to Paul. And that's Turner who's going to keep it. And Turner has nothing but space. Turner, the burner, is off to the races. And he is into the end zone for 6. Showing that ice in his veins there. Turner says, anything you guys can do, I can certainly do better, as he keeps it for 6 points. As we'll take another look at it here, he faked it inside to Paul, and the defense absolutely was not ready for him to keep it for whatever reason, because if you watch tape, you would assume they'd be ready for that QB to take off. And that is Turner's, I believe that's his longest career rush so far. We're looking for many, many more of those types of runs by Turner this season. As I had just mentioned it earlier, I want my quarterback to look like Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, and, Flowers back from the South Florida days, Pat White. That's how I want my quarterbacks to look here. As we cut them down at the 15-yard line. And can the defense get a stop this time, as they scored on us on, their second play? So, maybe we should put more focus on stopping the run. As Campbell tries to hand it off, and we do just that, taking them down for a 1-yard loss. And let's see if we can continue to hold stout. And that was Perry with another great tackle there. And here we go. Perry again with another nice hit, as Perry continues to come down and make those tackles from the safety position. Not ideal. We'd like our front 7 to do more here. As for East Carolina, yes, our safeties getting these stops are pivotal. Tripping over my words here as we get the sack there. And was that Patterson making another play? We might have an emerging star in Patterson here, as J-Rock Swain has moved on. Can Patterson who's also a senior this year, going to be our next stout defensive lineman. It looks like early on that may be the case here. First sack, and he has an interception as well. As we have our playmaker Michael Petway back to receive the punt, and we'll see what he can do with it here. Petway on the return. Has a lot of room to the left. That's Petway. Shot out of a cannon. Can he get there? Not quite. And I think that's actually the punter who makes the stop. But nice gain by Michael Petway as we try and deliver here to Polk, but he can't hold on to what would have been a difficult catch. Should have been caught, but would have been difficult. Maybe we want to see him make those catches in the future. We're going to hand it off to our running back this time. Not a whole lot there. 3rd and 10 for the Gamecock offense. Now coming out with duos to the right, twins to the left. Zion Turner's dropping back. Gonna find Justice Savage on the screen. He has room. Subtle move inside, and he picks up the first down. Now in a power eye look, we are going to see what we can do from under center. Hands it off to Savage. Savage sheds a tackle. Not much going after that, but Savage is showing his potential star power here, as we definitely hate that Anwar Lewis moved on, but it looks like we'll be fine with the likes of Savage here. Savage getting the handoff once again, going to pick up about 9 that time. As you can see, we did make some changes as you're starting to see Paul and Barrick in at the fullback spots. This time, Paul on the aforementioned Paul or receiving the handoff, I should say. Geez, wake up here. And he's going to get us in a 1st and goal situation. And Paul is more of our power back, but you see we're allowing him to play that B-back or fullback position here. As we pitch it out to Savage, he's going to beat the defender to the outside and gets an easy touchdown. And that will extend the Gamecock lead as we're opening this thing up. It is 30-7, and I'm really, really loving what I'm seeing by this offense. We had a lot of struggles last season on offense, so I'm really, really loving what I'm seeing here from this Gamecock offense. As we line up to kick the extra point, I should also speak on the defense. We've held them to only 7 points, and that also speaks volumes as, our defense had their struggles as well. So it just shows here that maybe we've taken at least a step forward in year 2 under the tutelage of Coach Mike Carter. Here we go on the kickoff. UAB getting a chance to return. There's not going to be any space there, and he's dropped at the 16. Can this defense get another stop? I'd like to believe we can, because we've certainly shown we can do so. This time, an empty look. It looks like we're in a man-to-man situation. We have a lot of confidence in this one-on-one, I guess. But we pay for it there as our linebacker ends up on what looks like a wide receiver, and we're not going to allow them to run the turbo on us when we're looking like that. Looks like we were in more of like a 4-3 look, man-to-man. We're not going to let them keep beating us on that, so we're going to adjust here. As Campbell drops back and he's intercepted. That's Carter who's on the return, and he's going to get it inside of the 15 or just outside of the 15 at the 16. And Carter with a nice interception. Campbell just kind of flicks it out there, kind of lazily, not a lot of arm strength on that one. And Derek Carter, whom I should say my father-in-law is actually named Derek Carter, so that makes it kind of funny or ironic, I should say here, that Derek Carter is a starting cornerback for this team, and he's actually, I believe, the best defensive back we have right now, as we pick up 9, and that's C.J. Campbell Jr., another one of our talented backs here on that carry. Here we go, I formation. Paul's going to get it. He's going to power up, and he's down at the 1, trying to get it in. Can't quite get it into the end zone, but 1st and goal from the 1. And this UAB defense is looking absolutely defeated right now. Our offensive line continues to just dominate as Justice on another pitch play gets it in, and he's going to strike a Heisman pose. Who knows if he continues to play like this? But our offensive line is definitely dominating their defensive line, and these running backs have had lanes, or not just running backs, but all of our ball carriers, I should say, have had running lanes all game long, and we are going to extend this lead on the Blazers 38-7. And it looks like Campbell's going to make some adjustments here. The Gamecock defense will make some adjustments as well. Campbell drops back. He's going to make the great read out to his receiver, who sheds a tackle and picks up a solid gain here. And I will say, as this one keeps going in the direction that it's going, we may not finish this game. It's only the first half. It's 38-7. We'll see what the second half holds as they do deliver a completion on the crosser there. Once again, coming out, Campbell in an empty backfield. He's trying to make something happen, runs out of time, and he's going to be sacked as he is feasted upon by 3 defenders for the Gamecocks here. And once again, hurrying to the line, 2nd and 13. Campbell runs out of time again, and he's sacked once more. And who's that on the sack? Number 19. That's not Al Amin, I don't think. But we need to figure out this guy's name so that we can – some of these guys' names. And to touch on that point, well, I'll touch on that point after I give my halftime spiel here. As you can see, we have 157 rushing yards already. This game is getting out of hand, so more than likely we will end up simming it out at some point. But our offense has been absolutely unstoppable, and I have to give most of the credit on both sides of the ball to our fronts, man. And this team, I want to build from the inside out. So our offensive line has dominated their defensive line. Our defensive line has dominated their offensive line, and that's the takeaway here so far. But touching back on the point I wanted to make is I recorded these. I'm about 4 seasons in already in this game or in this Dynasty. So a lot of the names and things like that, I'm not remembering and stuff because I recorded ahead of time. So forgive me. But as the season goes along, I should start being able to get some of these roster names down, especially the guys that make plays all the time. So forgive me for not knowing the players' names, but as I come in and I just play as much games as possible with the free time that I am able to get, I am ahead. So after I record, I'll be ahead, but I'll go back and record the vocals whenever I get a chance, because that's the problem. I don't have a lot of chances to actually record vocals because, I have children and things like that running around. So there's a lot of noise in my household. So forgive me for not knowing all the names on the roster right away, but as the season gets along here, I'll start getting those names and remembering those names. As you see, it's here on offense, Turner on the keeper, and he looks like he's hurt, actually, after that one, and you don't want to see that. Looks like his leg has been hurting, so Smoot will get a chance to come in, which I don't mind. We're up 38-7, so let's see what Smoot can do as he hands it off to Paul, who picks up an easy first down, and we'll see what we do here. The future me that's speaking now would have kept Turner out, and I did. So we're going to keep Smoot in, and he'll probably finish out the game as he keeps it on a speed option, and he just absolutely makes a terrible pitch. And that's what I'm talking about here on those pitches. It's like if you don't have the option king ability, you can't make a lot of these pitches that you want to make on this game. So that gets tough. As you see Smoot trying to find the edge. This time he does make a good pitch. That's Savage, who spins off of the defender and picks up a huge gain, almost getting all those yards back. Here's Paul on the give. And Paul is going to barrel his way down to the 1. And please, we should give it back to Paul because he certainly deserves to get in the end zone here. But it looks like he's going to take the spot of the fullback, and we're going to hand it off to Savage, who's going to trot in to the end zone, and we're probably going to end it there. Complete domination by this Jville State team today on both sides of the ball, and we're absolutely excited in what we can do here this season. See you guys next time.